Hi guys, welcome back to episode 34 of the 1.19 Skyblock series. So I'm back at spawn. I already checked. Two allays actually went through the portal and are hanging around in the void over there. So a lot of you guys suggested to actually use fishing rods to get them out of the void. Even if they're a little bit lower, that's a really good idea. We can definitely do that later because I'll probably even need some allays for the next project. So I want to make the dirt farm, as I mentioned a couple of times already, right next to the blast chamber over there. So we will make a podzol based dirt farm where we push the podzol blocks into the blast chamber as well. So there's actually multiple ways to make a dirt farm. Basically, you could go the coarse dirt, gravel based route, azalea tree, or 2x2 spruce tree to do the podzol conversion. Let's actually head over to creative and I'll show you the three alternatives. So the oldest method in the game to make a dirt farm involves a crafting table. So you combine 2 dirt and 2 gravel and get 4 coarse dirt. And then you can place it down, use a hoe in it, turns it into dirt now instead of farmland directly, and then can just blow it up with the TNT blast chamber. That's something we already did in Minecraft 1.8. There we got the gravel from end portal duping and combined it with dirt to get more dirt. So that's something we've already done years ago. And now, since 1.16, you can also get gravel from a non-duping source. You can just get it from bartering. So we've made such a dirt farm once in the Peace Force series. It was a lot of fun, but it has some downsides. So you need a player to do multiple things. So the player needs to place down the coarse dirt, and then also use the hoe or shovel can also be used to make the normal dirt. So you can do this with dual wielding. But there's another downside, of course. Your tool is also getting used up, so you need some sort of either dispenser to supply you with new stone, hoes or shovels, and technically you also need to do some crafting. So the auto crafting table for this type of farm would already help a lot, but it still requires you to do a lot of things, and I don't feel like doing this. I kind of want to do the podzol based dirt farm instead. So this would be the preferred way for me right now. I would just place 4 spruce saplings and then use a dispenser to bone meal those. Then a certain area, there's actually quite a large area, the moss below gets converted into podzol. So the idea is that we have a stone generator on the side, push the old podzol out and the new stone in, and then we have some dispensers also here below that bone meal the moss block, and then it will convert the stone above into moss, and then we grow the tree. So that would be the plan. There's also a third way to make the dirt farms I mentioned. It would be the azalea-based one. Let's get one real quick. But here the huge downside is that, place more, only a single moss block in that case will be converted into the rooted dirt, which can also be converted into normal dirt if you use a hoe on it. So this has the advantage that you can generate the azalea here on top of the moss block. So it doesn't require a player to do anything. Technically, we already made such a farm on Psycraft. It got like 1500 dirt per hour from this. But if you remember, it was a huge farm. I have a couple ideas to also make it faster without too much extra effort. But I feel like, putting in the same amount of effort, the podzol farm is just faster because we can convert so many blocks at once into podzol. And the podzol, if blown up by TNT, is also getting turned into dirt. Actually, can you? Nope. Can't use the hoe anymore? The shovel though? Let's see. Yeah, you can definitely turn it into a path block, which can be converted into normal dirt. Okay, so I think the least amount of effort right now, in case I don't want to do the crafting, is definitely the podzol farm here. Okay, there's definitely a couple things that need to happen. So we definitely need the stone generator on the side, pushing in the stone blocks. Then we also need the dispensers below that cause the stone to be converted into moss. Then we need a player placing saplings there, always 4. And the dispenser to bone meal the saplings. And of course, we also need to get new saplings all the time. So the leaves on top will also need to be broken. So we need some sort of leaf crusher system for all the leaves here on top. And then we also need to get rid of at least the bottom 4 logs every time to make space for new saplings. I guess we can just push them to the side somewhere. And then also feed it into the blast chamber. So then we get 4 logs each time we grow a tree. Kind of nice on the side. Maybe we get like 100 logs per hour, maybe 200 or 300 even as well. So that's kind of nice. We could also use more of the tree. So we could technically feed the whole tree into the TNT blast chamber as well. That would, of course, then, unless we make a second blast chamber, slow down the dirt production. And it's also some extra effort on the side. For me, yeah, it's kind of not worth it. I would just make a separate tree farm instead of just using all of the logs here. Okay, so where do we get started? Yeah, so the first thing we need to know is we can't place blocks at this height a lot, normal blocks like pistons or so, because that would actually shield the moss to be converted. So that's something we need to know. Also, the 4 blocks here below can't be converted into podzol. Okay. Technically, we could pull out those blocks and somehow push in a moss that gets stone that gets converted to moss. I think we can also like place the saplings on top of the moss. I think that's actually too complicated and not really worth it. Nah, I feel like that would be too much and too little would be gained from this. But that's actually another issue. Yep. Sometimes the leaves generate lower than the tree. That can also mess with things. I think this actually also prevents the moss to be converted. Oh, that could actually be a huge issue. Haven't even thought that far. How do we get around this issue even? So even leaves at this height here would also prevent the moss to be converted into podzol. So I think we actually have to use some flying machines here at the bottom to get rid of the leaves that generate below the tree. If you ask me, I'm not even sure if this is intended, that leaves generated below the spruce tree. Does this make sense? This is intended? Probably something that was intended for world generation. Seems odd, but it's been like this forever, so we just have to deal with it. So we'll definitely have to keep in mind that in the end we somehow need to squeeze a flying machine in there. It flies from one side to the other, taking out all of the leaves that are in the way. This could be a bit tricky if you like push the logs out here to the side. Then flying machine definitely is gonna have some sticky blocks. I wanna stick to this. Yeah, that's already causing a little bit of a headache. I also thought about just having like sticky pistons below. And while this is still stone, push up. That would kind of work. Get rid of the lowest layer of leaves. And for those leaves, we could have like pistons here. Push down. Would also be a way. But this also wouldn't cover then this area. We push the logs unless we have sticky pistons above, but those might prevent the tree from growing. There's a lot of variables that go into this. It's not going to be actually that easy to get it to work. Those leaves that really screw me over here. I guess without those it would have been kind of easy, but yeah. Now it's getting a bit tricky. So I have an idea how we can get rid of a lot of issues right away. So once the tree has grown, we could probably pull those logs out to the side here of some sticky pistons. And then have a flying machine here going this way. It would also push the logs to the side. So those would be dealt with. They're out of the way. And yeah, if you have a flying machine that looks like this with sticky blocks here, the problem would be that it would stick to the podzol there. Now it would actually be cool if you had some sort of a moss block that you could place saplings on that doesn't get converted to a podzol. But there's unfortunately no block that is sapling compatible that doesn't stick. Yeah, unfortunately. So those podzol blocks here would need to be pushed up. You can do this with sticky pistons from below. You can also power those through the moss blocks here. Probably some redstone torches or so. Okay. Then we could fly, flying machine through there. We could have a piston here that's just getting triggered by an observer. Take out all the leaves that generate here. Here for this layer, we would need something similar. Now it might actually be better if we only short pulse the sticky pistons there. The dirt is up here. And we could maybe just have a block there that flies through. And we would also get rid of those leaves. Okay, is there a downside to this? It might actually try to push... We power this. It might try to push everything over here on the side. Could probably get around this if we put some blocks here that can't be pushed. So then we wouldn't need to worry about the sticky pistons. Okay, then there's one more issue. As I said, we're gonna try to pull out the logs here on the side. Some sticky pistons. But those would also stick to the slime. Might need some double piston system. We push those down, pull the logs out. But this actually might interfere already with the tree generation. 2x2 spruce trees are kind of weird. They're also directional, and they really don't like it if at the second block you have some non-log blocks. So we have to see. Worst case, we can also make a flying machine that actually flies in there, self-returning one, pulls out one block and flies back. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Those leaves really screw me over. So I made some good progress on the farm. I solved a couple of the issues that have been plaguing me. So first of all, the logs that generate here that we need to get rid of to place more saplings can just be pulled out by honey blocks. So that works fine. There we go. And then eventually, with this flying machine, they will push to the side and end up here. And then can also be pushed into the blast chamber. Alright, there's just one downside. We haven't done anything with bees yet, so we don't have any honey. That also means I definitely want to finish this farm in this episode, but we can't start building it in survival because I need to get into bees first. Also decided to use some honey blocks here for the leaf crushers. So we need definitely like 2 stacks of honey. So the plan would be to finish this episode now creative. We can maybe build a cobblestone generator in survival. In the next episode, we need to get into bees and do that. Alright, then also redid the flying machine a little bit. Instead of having normal blocks there, I have actually downwards facing pistons now. So this is perfect. Can power a lot of pistons just with a single observer now. We don't need to worry about those sticky pistons being pushed down as well, because we will always have stone below the sticky pistons. This doesn't get turned into moss that could be punched out, and I can just have some non-movable blocks here at the bottom. So we can have hoppers here that can't be moved, and then we can send a signal through this by just triggering it like this. Okay. So we don't need to worry about the sticky pistons being pushed down. As before, the podzol is pushed up. Okay, I also got rid of one more issue that really has been bothering me, because we still need to somehow get the player in there placing the saplings. How are we gonna do that? So first I thought we could maybe have him right here, trying to place the saplings somehow. But a lot of issues would have been created again by leaves that generate here and obstruct my vision. Got a pretty clever solution for the problem, I think. So we can just actually put some trapdoors here on top of the honey block puller for the logs, and then the player would be stuck under there. I also don't need to worry about the leaves here, because they will be punched out when we actually grab the logs. Also, here we can use the trapdoors to be in crouch mode, and that will also punch out the leaves there. Just power it real quick. There we go. And of course, the player needs to place saplings in this line and then over there. Of course, I want to AFK. Instead of using like some script or whatever to go left and right, we can also just have another piston there that pushes the whole structure this way. So then the player should stick to the honey and gets moved over with the whole structure. Can probably try that out, yeah. We would get moved over, can place the saplings over here. Then we get pulled back. A pretty clever solution. Also to get rid of all the leaves that would obstruct my vision. Then I also worked on the leaf crushers already. I think I'm just gonna use something like this to crush the leaves. Really simple system. Then there's just one more question. How do we get the saplings to the player? So I was actually thinking of just having a couple of allays in there that would actually bring me the saplings. I hope this works out somehow, the allays don't get lost. That's something we have to try out in the end. Hopefully this works somehow. If not, yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe we can flush the saplings over, or minecarts is tricky. So everything that lands here on top can't really be easily collected because we have the system here at the bottom for the moss conversion. Yeah, I can also maybe trigger this real quick. So here we actually don't need to be too worried about wasting some bone meal. Can probably just trigger this twice. It's gonna cost us 32 bone meal to do this. Still, not all of the blocks get converted, but most of them really. So we will have access to the bone meal farm that we built for the nether tree farm as well. So we can get like 12,800 bone meal power. Hopefully this is gonna be enough. It's a bit wasteful here because we use so many dispensers there, but it's only guaranteed that actually on the 3x3 around the main moss block, stone gets converted. It's kind of tricky with all the stuff we need in the middle as well. Yeah, to really make sure that everything gets converted. So the farm will be a bit wasteful when it comes to bone meal, but it's not really an issue. Also, we don't need to worry about here those blocks being converted if we do the bone mealing. We can just push those up, and then they will be protected from being converted into moss because they don't have an air block above. Okay, so that's also nothing to worry about. Yeah, so we got really good approach already. Also have the stone generator already in. I think I'm just gonna try to get the rest done now. There's one more thing that I actually want to point out. There's even a second reason to send the flying machine over. So once we converted a stone into moss, we're gonna have the moss carpet, grass, azalea and so on top as well, which needs to be removed because this shields the moss from being converted into podzol as well. So we need to basically bone meal the stone, turn it into moss, send the flying machine over to get rid of the carpet, grass and so on. Then we can grow the tree, convert it into podzol, and then we need to send the flying machine the other way to get rid of the leaves again, so we can do the next stone to moss conversion. Alright, time for the big progress update. The farm is finished. The rest of the design process went pretty smooth. Definitely took some time. Also ran into some smaller issues, but it was kind of easy to work around those. Alright, let's maybe check out the farm. So one of the issues I actually had was that the farm burnt down. The lava of the stone generator was just too close to some of the leaves that generate, and the farm catching fire is pretty bad because this would also kill the player. So in order to do this, we just move the stone generator down now, push the stone up, and then over. Okay, so this problem is dealt with. So currently we push in new stone. There's just a clock here on the side that causes the stone generator push in stone exactly 10 times. Right, next step is then, of course, to bone meal it immediately and turn it into moss. Okay, then next step we pull down the podzol here. The player places saplings, and we turn on this clock here for a while to hopefully grow the saplings into a tree. I don't have a detection system, so I just keep the bone meal dispenser running for like 15 bone meal attempts, which definitely should be enough in 99% of all the cases to grow the saplings into a tree. Would have been quite a challenge to have a tree detection system in there, so that's why I just went with the clocked system, which is fine. It's just, the farm isn't really that fast anyway, so losing like 2 seconds here and there doesn't matter in the end. Alright, we can maybe also take a look at the sapling collection area. Okay, the tree just grew. So this is the harvesting area. we punch out the leaves. Saplings would then drop down and actually get flushed over with a water stream towards the player. So there's one layer of leaves that remains behind, which is necessary to have some blocks for the water to spread, and they basically flushed towards the player. I've been running this farm already for 1 hour. We can quickly check out the inventory. So the main hand of the player, the bot they placed here, as you can see, we always have enough saplings, so we never run out. There's more than enough saplings there at all times. Okay, let's do that again. There we go. Then first we activate this dispenser, and then this one a little bit later. So yeah, most of the saplings get flushed over. Okay, it's actually really fun to watch this farm in action now. Yeah, here I got some command blocks to actually keep track how many items we get. So it's 6,500 podzol or dirt once we blow it up per hour. And we also get roughly 700 stone and 320 spruce logs per hour. So that's also nice on the side. Yeah, here you can see the merging system where the podzol meets the logs. So we basically pushed out all of the podzol first, and then we got those 4 logs every time. Can we first store here? There we go. And then we basically just push them down, pull the other one, push down again. There we already have like block conveyors. And here we just merge both of the block streams. And this then goes to the blast chamber. Okay. There we go. And this works pretty great. There we go, and now we push in the logs. Right. Yeah, actually was a really fun project. Could imagine building this on Cycraft as well. Actually a really decent dirt farm. One thing we can actually also add. So in case I want to get Potsol, I need to silk touch mine it. So if I use TNT on the Potsol now, or break it in any other way that isn't a silk touch tool, then it would turn into dirt. We could actually detect, so this is a challenge here, the Potsol blocks from the stone blocks, because they have, this is kind of nice. We can use the node block for this detection. So this can be used for all kinds of farms actually. If you place a stone below the node block here, then we get an output from the observer. If you put the podzol there, we don't get an output. So this could technically be used to just filter out the podzol. Yeah, we would probably just need to split this up and slow it down a little bit. So it send the stone to the blast chamber and then the podzol to a block storage, where basically we run this farm for a while, store a lot of the podzol blocks. So unlike like grass, they actually don't get converted into dirt if you store them on top of each other, and have like some safety switch that once the block storage is full, we turn this off. So we just need to pull out the slime block here. This is the off switch. So I was thinking we could maybe add that as well, maybe once we actually build the farm, but enough for creative. So this was definitely a huge project. Probably spent like 10 hours in this, but I'm super happy how it turned out. Oh, there's one more thing. The bone meal usage is really nothing to worry about. So we need about 3000 bone meal power. This would be then the main input. This supplies both the dispenser for the trees and the dispensers here at the bottom for the moss blocks. We could even like triple bone meal the moss blocks to get maybe a little bit more moss, so we wouldn't have as much leftover stone. This is something you could maybe switch up with the redstone here. Would be a bit of effort, but it's definitely doable. Also, there will be a switch in case we turn the dirt farm on. We're gonna redirect the water stream here from the bone meal farm that sends all the bone meal over to the nether tree farm. So somehow we're just gonna redirect the water stream here to the dirt farm. It should definitely be possible. There's some space for this. Okay, then I'd really love to build this right away in survival and end the episode this way, but as I said, we don't have access to the honey blocks yet, and let's just do this next episode. So I want to get into bees and build a proper farm right away. I could probably in survival now somehow manually try to get like, I don't know, 2 or 3 stacks of honey blocks, but it's really not that fun. I think we just build a proper starter honey farm in the next episode. Actually, I got a really good plan. I want to have a farm where we combine honeycomb and honey production in one setup. That's going to be quite exciting. So that's the plan also for the next episode, to get started with the bees and design this honeycomb farm. I have a good idea how to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna end the episode here. I think the episode has a good length. Unfortunately, it was really creative only. Would maybe just go to survival and rescue some Malays right now, but last episode was survival only. It's really hard to plan it out. Sometimes a project like this one here just takes a little bit longer and creative. But yeah, next episode will be a mix again of survival and creative. Alright, hope you enjoyed nevertheless. Thanks guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.